Tapping in. Yeah, I see this joint up there talking about Stephen A. Smith questions Sheryl Swoopes for insane Caitlin Clark hate as she praises. I'm sure she's going to say age Reese because that's a picture of her age Reese, if y'all can see it. So I'm about to say, yeah, I want to hear this, him crush it because he ain't. Let's hear. Let's hear. Because like I said, he do got his own joint. He got his own platform. So let's see what he got to say. I told you, she needs a fucking cave. Just need help. Old ass tripping.
In Live Sports on YouTube. The No Holds Barred Truth on Sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, the bias almost seems just like politics at this point. We can blatantly see it. We can blatantly tell it's there. And in some cases, a lot like, say, a Joe Scarborough or somebody like that, they don't even try to hide it. Sheryl Swoopes absolutely hates Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave one of the most nonsensical, absurd, blatantly biased takes you will ever hear about the Indiana Fever. As she goes on this gives this big statement about why the Indiana Fever has turned out to be a better team. What has she done? She completely ignored Caitlin Clark as a reason. And she's been called out now. That's right. ESPN's very own Stephen A. Smith is now calling out Sheryl Swoopes and saying, you do realize this makes you look insane. This makes you look absolutely awful. Now, Sheryl Swoopes is considered one of the GOATs of the WNBA. Is there such a thing? Really? I mean, all these people just now started watching. Right? And she was a coach at a college. She got in trouble. A bunch of players accused her of abuse. There was a big investigation. And as we know, she can't stand Caitlin Clark. And what's amazing, before we get to the comments about the Indiana Fever, listen to this, because I pulled this up. This is from the same podcast. She's got a WNBA podcast called Queens of the Court.
I just want to hear what Stephen A. got to say.
I'm not listening to it. It literally says a WNBA podcast. Hey, Kathy Engelbert, are you good with this level of hate on your number one superstar? The only person in your league that really and truly is moving the needle, and you want some bias on being a fan of Angel Reese? She literally comes out and says, well, you have to hear what she says about Angel Reese.
Before I get into that, I'm going to say this. Shout out to Angel Reese, even in a loss. Listen, 20 boards. It's 19 boards. Say what you want to say about how she's getting all these rebounds. You can get 20 rebounds. I don't care if you're rebounding your own. But the thing is, with Angel just has a knack for the basketball.
Literally, bro. Pause real quick. Literally. With the nonsense she on, that's enough. That's how you gotta blackball motherfuckers. You gotta do that sometime. Shut her down. She need to be removed from the WNBA. Y'all need to really notice and pay attention to what's going on. Y'all need to remove her. All y'all other dudes out there that have us sitting up there with y'all need to not let her come. I need to, no thank you. We ain't doing me for real, because at that point, at the point she's at, it's like she needs to be exiled for her to realize the wrongs of her ways. You feel me? She needs to be, taught a lesson.
Angel really is just going to go get the basketball, and she is constantly giving her team more possessions. And I'm going to say this, Spoon, I should text her, but I'm going to say it right now. I needed her to let her stay in the game to get 20 points. She had 19. I just need...
They blatantly come out and say on this podcast, I need the coach to let Angel Reese stay in the game to stacked pad, to blatantly just try.
Jesus Christ. Excuse me, I really, like I said, I really don't want to do this guy like that because I just really don't. He's like, But what I want to say is, I said earlier on Marvin Drake, I'll say real quick, like I said, they don't get it off when nobody was paying attention to this bullshit ass league, so they was able to do that shit. So, you know what I mean? There you go. That's why they was able to do it. And, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff I said. Y'all can check on the other Drakes. I'm not going to go back into it.
To get the stats.
I want to get through this shit.
I mean, if this doesn't tell you all you need to know about the bias here, wow. So that brings us over here to Stephen A. Smith. Now he's going to go off and he's going to show you what it is that Sheryl Swoopes says in regards to the Indiana Fever.
Here's what Sheryl Swoopes had to say. Look at this quote here. I think the Olympic break really helped Indiana. I'm going to shout out to Lexi Hull. I'm a big Lexi Hull fan. Lexi Hull shot the leather off the ball in their game against Seattle. Kelsey Mitchell is just stroking. She's just shooting the basketball. Aaliyah Boston, almost a triple-double. If Indiana continues to play the way they're playing like this, they too are going to move up in the standings, end quote. So no Caitlin Clark. Sheryl Swoopes. No Caitlin Clark. Respectfully, Sheryl Swoopes, you have any idea how that makes you look? You have any idea how that serves to stain any kind of critique of Caitlin Clark, because it gives fodder to those who believe she's being hated on and ostracized to some degree. Do you realize that, Sheryl Swoopes, you're insane to do that? Let me tell you why you're insane to do that. Because Sheryl Swoopes is one of the greatest players ever in the history of basketball. That's why. See, you won a championship in college at Texas Tech. You won 3 Olympic gold medals. You won 4 WNBA
that's why I don't like.
championships.
See, that's why I don't like him. See, that's why I don't like. I knew he wasn't going to suffice me as a cuss out. That shit. Oh, you ain't got to tell that bitch what she's done, and she ain't got to tell us what she done. You just tell, bitch, you out of line. Point blank, period. You out of fucking line. You need to check yourself. And a whole bunch of other shit. Fuck all that other shit you about to say. That's why I don't fuck with him, bruh. You always you want to always cop slide. That's what I call that shit. You gotta sit here and talk about all the things. Motherfuckers know whatever they fucking did good. And if they don't, look that shit up. We don't need you to fucking brief us on that shit. That shit irks the living shit out of me. I swear to God, bro.
You know basketball. You know basketball better than me. You know basketball better than any of the pundits. You know basketball better than most of the men that play basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out of that soliloquy that you dropped about the Indiana Fever. Stop it. You know that. Stop it. And then y'all wonder.
And that's where I'll stop it. But guys, you get the point.
See, that's why I'm about to not even finish this. I'm gonna just go do Stephen A.
border to illegal immigrants. Jackie Rosen rubber stamped the Biden hair.
I'm gonna just go, Paul. I'm gonna go find Stephen A. shit and do him. I ain't even got to do it with this guy here. I can erase this and I start over. So that's what I think I'll do. Like I said, because he ain't give me nothing. I mean, he's all right. He's going over. He ain't have to hide like that stuff, but okay.
He's not wrong. I mean, the level of hate, that's heavyweight championship hate. Try Sheryl Swoopes. That's a WNBA podcast. Kathy Engelbert's allowing this kind of hate to go on what's described as a WNBA podcast with the official logo and shit on there from one of their ex-players, supposed to be one of the greatest of all time, who just blatantly ignores Caitlin Clark on purpose. Like Stephen A. said, you're doing that on purpose. You're literally, and it makes you look like a lunatic. A lunatic. Not only that, but your podcast, and I don't even know which one was saying it for sure. It doesn't matter. The fact that either one of you was like, hey, they should have left Angel Reese in the game so she could stat pad. Was that the game that she lost by 20? Oh, it's amazing. This is my...
Mike put it out.
This is the perfect example of what I keep talking about when it comes to media bias and the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year bogus, non-existent Rookie of the Year chase. There's a blatant agenda. Now, do I think they're going to have to start backing off of it? Yeah, because it's downright laughable now. It's downright laughable now. Caitlin Clark has shut them down in a month on the Rookie of the Year front. Our attention is over at the MVP now. Seriously. That's unbelievable. Yeah, Sheryl Swoopes. Look, I'm going to keep it real here. And do I think that mentioning Lexi Hall and the way she did is calculated? Yeah. Yeah, because it absolves her of people being able to say this is about skin color, even though I believe it's absolutely about skin color. Both the
My bad,
praise of
y'all.
Angel
I gotta go back and hear what he said. I missed it.
Do I think that mentioning Lexi Hall and the way she did is calculated?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, because it absolves her of people being able to say this is about skin color, even though I believe it's absolutely about skin color. Both the praise of Angel Reese and the hate of Caitlin Clark. I think that's absolutely a thing. And if you go out there and see some of the causes that Sheryl Swoopes has been involved with, you're like, oh, okay, I got you. You hate the straight white girl. Oh, but I praise Lexi Hall to the T, so that gets me out of that. Nah, we're not dumb. We can see through that bullshit. Good on Stephen A. Look, I rarely agree with Stephen A. Smith these days. Well, I say that. He's getting a lot more right. Stephen A. can give some very lucid takes on his podcast. It's when he gets on ESPN that that ESPN agenda gets a hold of him, I think.
I'm gonna let this play out. I'm gonna sit this out.
He's praised Caitlin Clark all year long.
He had it right now.
ESPN, Angel Reese, anti-white bias to creep in, believe it or not. Shocking, I know. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out.
Okay, right. I'm gonna drop this one because of that. Because like I said, he said, he's saying right shit. Because when he on ESPN, he on some bullshit. But I'm sure, because I'm going to listen to that shit he did by, on his own shit and listen to it in full and touch it. But like, I don't mind his take right now, his passion for what he was saying right now. So I'm gonna let this go too. And what I want to say is real quick to the shit is what's fucked me up. This is what fucks me up. This is what I really wonder, like. Okay, because he made the point about how she threw Lexi Hall in there to try to cover her tracks to make it not race, about the race shit. And I'm saying, like he said, that seems like bullshit to me too. But the fact of the matter is, what really pissed you off about CC? Was it the Nike deal you hear coming out with, or was it, her, or was it that she had took a nondescript team in college and did all that, was really doing all that shit in college like she was doing? Was that the shit that set you off about her? What was the first thing that really made this lady be on hating her like that? Because I feel like it's been something. It had to come before draft shit. It had to come before that. This shit is too deep, it's too strong, it's too pure of a dislike and hatred to be fresh like, we all think it is. This is way past that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you go back to when she did the shit, when Reese did that shit to her in the game. And I don't know if that had any burn on it. I just don't know. I want to know when it hit. When would you start tripping? When did you start? Like I said, could have been that, that 28 mil, that the Nike deal. Could have been that she, she's breaking all the records and you know she's coming. And you thinking, you thought it wasn't going to be all the shit, but it is. She coming, but you ain't think, you thought she was going to come and it was going to be regular like y'all came and y'all had some little people come from college and y'all come here and disappear. No, the lights are on for C. Bright, forever. So I just want to know, man. I really want to know. Y'all wonder, if any of y'all know, y'all please tell me in the comments, man. Tell me when y'all thought it happened. Because it's like, when did you start hating that young lady like this to be on this weird shit? For real. I just want to know, man. So, with that, man, I'm going to tap back. Y'all stay ready. War.